Yay, we're live. All right, hey, welcome to the workshop number 149, I hope. This is a comedy safe space, so if you guys want to yell the N-word, that's okay. Um, Dan, you're up first. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
My topic's meaning, and I'll just start at 15 seconds. I'll put in the normal disclaimer. I did just fill in at like 3, 4 o'clock today, so we're going to see where this little rabbit hole takes us, as always. All right, we got one viewer. Time to lose them. All right, so meaning could mean a lot of things, and it's always good when you use the word in its definition. Let's see. Meaning. I'm trying to find the meaning in joining a cult. I'm watching a lot. Like today became like a day of cult watching TV shows. There seems to be a new documentary about them every couple weeks, and those people could use some more meanings. I did notice this latest one, The Vow, though. It's on HBO, and it's run by this little short guy, this little short white dude with he makes them play volleyball from 7 or midnight to 7 a.m. all the time as a team building exercise. And he's like 5'5" with like knee pads on, like a high school. He's got a ponytail, which is also like, who sees these people and are like, oh my God, this guy is the answer to all my problems. I've never understood that about cult leaders at all. Like their marketing's insane, but you have to be kind of stupid. I also noticed they had black chicks in the cult, but there was no black dudes in the cult at all, which I thought was one, racist. But then I thought about it. He couldn't have any black dudes in the cult. Can you imagine like a 5'5" guy that's running around like playing volleyball with a bunch of nerds and like food deprived chicks? If he had a bunch of fucking black dudes in the cult, they'd just be spiking that shit in his face all the time. Like, who the fuck's the cult leader now? And they do like a jerk off motion and throw it at him. He's gonna lose power that way. So I guess it was thought through. If he's going to have athletic things, you can't have black guys in there. And yes, I am perpetuating a stereotype, but I think good stereotypes are healthy. What else about meaning? I keep meaning to get in shape, but I like being fat just because they get the best food. That was hacky. What else? Meaning. I've been meaning to write better jokes. As you can see, I'm struggling with that. I've been meaning to tell Matt B that his hair is ridiculous, and I've been holding it back for a little while now. And I've been meaning to tell Paul I really like his camera behind him. It's cool. Very nice. Is that a fake camera? Or do you have a green screen up right now? That's a good green screen. You can grab stuff out of it. I've been meaning to get me a green screen. Holy crap. It's 4D. The future's here. All right. So we're 3 minutes in. This is going great. Meaning. I don't know. What's the meaning of life, really, if you think about it? Like, I think that's the reason old people like Paul hate my generation so much, is that we finally discovered the meaning isn't to work your entire life at a miserable job just to collect money. And it's kind of like more to just enjoy things around you. I think it's fucked up. Like, we shit on Europe because they don't bust their ass like we do all the time and go run into like a 150-degree fucking factory to make goddamn mirrors for cars that just endlessly get made. But they get Sundays off and they only work like 4 days a week. That sounds fucking awesome. Like, who's against that, really? Also, why do people say, like, you always only do what you want? Like, yeah, I know. It's because I want to do it. I don't understand why that's so confusing to people, that you can just go do what you want to do and be happier than just doing what everybody else wants you to do. I don't understand why old people think that's such like a weird concept. Like, man, that boss, all he did was yell, cuss at you, and destroy your fucking whole existence, and you quit and went to another job. That's ridiculous. Like, why is that a ridiculous thought? That seems pretty rational when you break it down a bit. And I'm meaning to end this set. All right.
Yay, sweet, yippee. Clapping. You guys have any feedback?
That cult thing has legs.
Yeah, I thought of it today.
What was the two women from Smallville, that cult that they got into?
That's the one I'm watching on right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
HBO.
Wasn't that a sex cult?
That's more than just like playing volleyball at night. They were doing human
Yeah.
branding.
Oh yeah, dude, it's good. Like there's like 2 more episodes left, and then we're finishing it. But like the dude's like literally like a little tiny like John Lennon wannabe.
Don't
And-
make fun of Matt again.
And well, I didn't say Carrot Top.
This turned into the roast of me, apparently.
Shut up, Matt. No, but yeah, it was just like blowing my mind, and I just couldn't stop thinking of cult jokes. So I think I'm gonna have like a solid 5 on cults here in the next few days. I can tinker with.
You know that Jonestown was like mostly black people. It was like a
They went to Guyana.
Yeah.
well, no, but I mean before that,
Oh.
it was a. That's where he got his.
Do you know that wasn't Kool-Aid?
Yeah, it was a Flavor Aid or some shit, right?
Yeah, it was Flavor Aid, and Kool-Aid tried to sue people who were saying it was Kool-Aid, but then they realized that their stock went up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Corona's probably dealing with the same shit now. I've seen everyone ordering Coronas at the bar.
Yeah.
That I'm not,
Ironically.
I'm joking. But,
I thought that was something to do in March. I think by this point, it's like, yeah, I'm numb to Corona beer and coronavirus.
But yeah, no, just go into the crazy things about what cult leaders do to give people meaning. Yeah, the cult stuff definitely has huge legs.
Alrighty. Cult is a go.
Somebody's got to find that note. Look, they're recruiting here.
Cult.
I think the Europe stuff has ideas too, because I think that's something people can relate to. It's like, oh, like
Basic
the
living
meaning
income.
is like this crappy job. Of course, I'd rather do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to research the crap out of that one though, just because there's no way nobody's talked about that before in some way. At least I can't imagine, anyways. I couldn't think of anybody off the top of my head that's thought of that stuff, though. I mean, talked about that stuff. I mean,
there was actually somebody. One of my friends recently shared, like seriously shared, the basic living income details, and like how it's supposed to work, and basically how they would argue with people who were saying, "Oh, what, you expect people just to work because they like to work, and no one's going to freeload off the system if you do that." And they had well thought out arguments as to why it does work, and there are places that it does work.
Oh, so, I mean, it wouldn't work. America would fall apart pretty quick.
Well, yeah, that's because the one percenters would be fucked if they couldn't bully people into working for them. Like the idea that you could, like, if you have a choice of not working or working, you'll work at a, if you want to keep busy, involved in doing things, you'll be working at a place where you feel like challenged and not treat it like shit. And it's
something
the corporate culture that treats you like shit is those businesses which feed Jeff Bezos, etc., like make these mega millionaire, billionaires, trillionaires. They're going to fold because they're now going to have to pay people like a living wage to like more than just a subsistence wage to be there and to make their jobs. Let them move.
They're abandon us, and they're going to move to Mars. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then there's going to be tariffs and bringing stuff in from Mars, and they'll just be fucked as there's a local homegrown alternative.
They're not going to need to bring anything in. They're going to transfer their consciousnesses into robot bodies.
I mean, how long is Bezos really going to need us? He just launched a blimp full of drones the other day. I mean, he's already like outsourcing the jobs to robots as it is. Which, by the way, awesome blimp. It looked pretty fucking cool launching thousands of drones with packages out of it the other day.
The drone blimp. Let me see what else. Any more feedback, you guys, on this set?
No.
Sweet.
Cool. Matt, you're up next. So
Okay. So my topic I had is support. And I wrote a few things for that, so I'll do it now. So sometimes when you support somebody, it's like the story if you give a mouse a cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask you to co-sign a loan. If you co-sign a loan with a mouse, they'll move into your house. If that mouse moves into your house, it'll give you bad credit. If you give a mouse bad credit, they'll complain about you on Reddit. And then if you give that mouse the boot, then they're going to shoot opioids. And
This is the most
Yeah,
Hamilton story.
yes, sometimes support makes you an enabler. Like sometimes you offer a coworker like a ride home, and then they're like, "Oh, can we stop at the liquor store? Thank you. I don't have to carry this on the bus anymore." Or they're like, "Drop me off at my girlfriend's house," and you're like, I thought you were married." And he's like, "Well, this is our secret now." So that's why you shouldn't support me. I went to the food bank, and not to volunteer, I just went there for free food. And they say beggars can't be choosers at the food bank, but that's true. But to be honest, sometimes they have better stuff there. Like that fancy organic mayonnaise that's too expensive at the normal grocery store. They have that there, and you can take it home for free. It's great. And you know what? I saw somebody else from my gated community at the food bank, but I was like, "Oh, you got it," and I was like, "Shh, this is our little secret now." But as I was leaving the food bank the other day, I saw somebody else, and I guess they thought I was poor for some reason, and they were like, gave me a look like, "Aren't you gonna thank me?" And they were donating expired Gatorade, and it's like sometimes people expect you to worship at their feet, and it's like I'm not gonna do that over expired Gatorade, and that's all I wrote for tonight.
yay,
But
sweet. You guys have any feedback?
The person from your neighborhood who recognized you, not the Gatorade person, but the first person.
Mhm.
If you go and say you still have to come clean the apartment on Tuesday, like treat it like they're a servant that you're underpaying.
That's good.
Yes, that was really good.
When you were talking about giving the coworker home, or giving the coworker a ride, and he wanted you to take him to his girlfriend's house, and he was married, I think you could throw a tag at the end there, like, man, it was a lot easier to get that $100 in gas money out of him once he gave me blackmail to use or something. I don't know. I had information he needed to keep secret, so you could have, I don't know, fell into a.
That's true. Oh, I kind of wrote a tag before that I didn't use, but it was like, sort of like you're in an affair now, but you don't experience any of the fun parts of being in an affair. You're just like an accessory.
Or what if
Sort of being the water boy at an orgy.
Yes.
well, yeah, what if like fancy like the blackmail thing? It's like having a sugar daddy, but without any of the bad parts. Like
Yeah.
bad parts of that one.
There you go.
Yay. Yeah. Also, the most bit, the most story.
If
Give
you
a
give
most
a mouse,
cookie.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to say that's like I know in Hamilton. Actually, you know what? Like across Canada, you always find the local place to make fun of. Hamilton is the only place I've ever been into where making fun of Hamilton is the shit neighborhood to make fun of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a big pastime. We make fun of ourselves a lot. But I mean, of course, it's when we do it versus when other people do a kind of thing sometimes. But yeah, I have the license to do it, but I live in the nice part of Hamilton.
Right.
Still, some people might be like, "You're lying."
The last part with the expired Gatorade.
Mhm.
My brain went to like, why do you want me to thank you for this? The only reason you're donating this is because it's not legal to fucking sell anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing you a favor to clear your inventory, asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, they could. You think like you think they just use like expired Gatorade to dump on the
Tax credit
winners at
getting
like
right.
really like inner city schools or something? I don't know. Like football games. Or they just donate the Gatorade for that.
What do they use the powdered Gatorade at football games?
Well, actually, hold on. Like,
Daniel's nose at the thought of powdered Gatorade. What? Did you try snorting it, Daniel?
No, man, I played football, and I'm just glad we only had like ice cold water because the thought of powdered Gatorade is fucking horrifying. Like, we had Gatorade jugs, but I'd never seen Gatorade ever.
wait, you've never had powdered Gatorade before?
No, I'm so glad. Like, I've had powder in most forms. It's never good except, the one. And
Well, no, you mix it with water.
obviously, but powdered milk you mix with water too. It doesn't make it fucking good.
No, it's like Kool-Aid, but Gatorade.
That's fair. Kool-Aid's pretty good. I mean, you only have to add a shit ton of sugar to it, but other than that, it's solid.
Hey, Dan, you don't have to add a shit ton of sugar to it.
Well,
It's not a
Do
burden you
the
have to
Canadian
bear.
thing. Add some maple syrup.
all right. How is our country leading in diabetes with answers like that floating around? Just add maple syrup.
It's our healthcare.
I can do whatever I want.
Freedom.
As I breathe heavily into the microphone as a fat man, just
Hey, wait, there's gotta be something. Oh, sorry.
no, say it, dude.
Okay, there's gotta be something in like the Jonestown like Kool-Aid thing and the getting Kool-Aid dumped on you thing. Like after at a football game.
Yes. Except it's sulfuric
I
acid.
mean, wait, no Gatorade.
No. Call it a.
Well, school's wild, man. They got Kool-Aid in there.
Sorry, my brain is not
Yeah,
working.
Here comes the Kool-Aid bath here.
it's a Jonestown baptism.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. It's too deep a cut.
it's a good one.
Too much knowledge has to be out there for them to follow it, I guess. Oh shit!
You ever had Kool-Aid? Like K-O-O, and then there's a apostrophe, and it's spelled L-A-I-D. The off-brand version of Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid.
That's probably what that prostitute was offering Stan Thompson.
Get you some of that Kool-Aid. Stab. How tired must that guy have been? 51 times? Like, I don't think I could stab somebody 51 times, even when I was in the best shape of my life. That crack must have been fantastic. Like, there's no way that guy was sober doing that. I couldn't even throw 51 straight punches that fast. Like, I'd be exhausted by like 30.
And Stan was skinny too, so he must have hit bone at least a couple times.
Oh,
but Matt would be able to find out exactly what it was. It was like I can't remember how many hundreds of stitches were required. Like 7,200, something like it was just massive.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean,
This
that's
is
probably an
video,
article.
You ever see the show Deadliest Warrior?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
guys
on
remember that
Spike.
show?
Yeah.
Okay, they had the like they were doing a Navy SEAL versus Israeli commandos, and they had them do a knife test, and he was just like stabbing a dummy. Like, hold on, ugh. It was like oh fuck.
But did they have the existence of being on crack?
Yes.
That's a yeah. It's nice
That
that
was
they
That's
actually.
what, that's what I was.
That wasn't
picturing,
even
like that
51
speed.
times. That wasn't even 51 times.
Oh, they
No,
took
he's
the
still
dummy's
standing
head
walking,
clean
yeah,
off.
still
I don't
standing.
know if
But I
that
think he
would.
could have got the 51 like in like probably like 30 seconds or less.
Yeah, but that guy also sort of knew what he was
It's got like
doing.
a clicker.
Plus, if you think about people getting shanked, like in jail, you know, they get stabbed at that speed, right? Normally, that's shanking speed.
I feel like people in jail have practice, though.
You don't get
Like a
Yeah.
good way
cracked
to
in jail,
pass
do
the
you?
time would be practice. Your
Oh, for sure. You can get
shanking
anything in
arm.
jail. Minutes.
One less reason.
Let's
Wait,
crack his booty.
one less reason to stay out of jail.
Be skilled.
Uh,
Make it to what is it? Whatever the greatest warrior. What was the name of the show again?
Deadliest warrior.
Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah,
Deadliest
Deadliest.
Months, like
See the Israeli
Nice,
commando
nice.
versus somebody from Quentin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pimp from Newark. So you had to stay up here.
Versus Hamilton crackhead pimp. Turns out.
versus unarmed
They're not as
Palestinian child.
Oh.
One of their skills is turning out the soldiers. Like they like convince the soldier to give up the life and go to the streets.
Or they're like, "Hey, start an OnlyFans." It's the way.
You from out of town?
Comedy safe space.
Yeah. How does OnlyFans work? Is it like a
We'll see. It works like this. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Give you like a full financial breakdown. That'd be great knowledge.
It's actually kind of fucking over the sex workers nowadays.
No, it's not. It's fucking over the production companies. The sex workers are making fucking bank.
No, because sex workers are having their accounts dropped because celebrities are going on and have running like legitimate, like socially acceptable type of accounts, and because they're doing that, then other people are having their checks held, frozen, their accounts cut off if they're a sex worker who's using OnlyFans. Yeah,
what?
this shit's been going down. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what was that actress Bella Thorne, I think, because she posted a supposedly nude picture that wasn't a nude, but she was like, "This is $200," but then people paid for it, and people wanted returns was the thing.
There
So
was
that's
that
kind of what messed it up as
that
well for everybody else.
female Formula One driver that quit racing and started an OnlyFans. Now she's making like $200K a month as opposed to what she was making racing cars professionally. She's like, "Fuck that! I'm doing this the rest of my life." I was like, "Fucking Jesus!"
Wait, so you can't post nude pictures on OnlyFans? Is that like
No,
you
you
can. It's just
Okay.
like I guess it was the tasteful edit version to say, hey, but buy, and then you get the full one, and then when they bought the full one, she probably had something on covering the bits. Covering the
Yeah.
bits.
That's
Don't
it,
I?
being stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then people asked for refunds apparently, and that like flooded their system. So like they were like dealing with that, and then they changed the rules.
That's a bold man who asked for refunds from a porn site. It's like, excuse me, sir, this isn't very above board. I'm just saying, if we don't have anything but principles to stand on, what do we really have? It's just like jacking off to anal gaping porn. we need to have a set of rules here. We're just like the animals now. Make it feel like she's being molested. All right.
Excuse
Some
me,
people
this
watch
anal gaping porn is not.
Boy, your priest
Just, like,
touched you wrong.
Pulls out some fucking calipers and like measures the gape.
yeah, I think there might be some CG here. I've seen a relapsed anus before, and I don't think that's a real one.
Like, this is humanly impossible.
It's like Ebert and Roper going to start reviewing the OnlyFans footage. Like, I give this 2 fists way up.
Because it's Egert and Robert. Is that necrophilia at this point?
Are they dead?
One of them is. Isn't
Well,
it?
Yeah.
Ebert
is dead.
Yeah.
So, you mean
Those
Siskel and
guys.
Ebert, or was there another one?
That was
Well, I
Ebert and
think
Roper, right?
Siskel.
Siskel and Ebert.
It was
right?
Siskel and Ebert, then Ebert and Robert.
Oh, okay.
And then
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I only knew about
I
the
was like, who the
first
hell is
generation.
Cecil? I don't know that guy.
Siskel. That was Let's just go the old who watched comedy in the '80s reference points.
Mm.
I mean, I wasn't born yet. So.
It's called Reviewing Your History, my friend. Delirious.
Oh,
Okay, we should probably get back on track.
yeah.
What are we talking about?
Paul, you are up next. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
It is Tune, and you figure Tune's got to be an easy one to do, but I decided to start out by looking it up in the dictionary, and the word tune, according to the Oxford Dictionary, was an unexplained alteration of the word tone that appeared in the 16th century. Like that meant people used both tone and tune to mean the same thing. Like, could you imagine the conversations they're having? There's methinks I have trouble with that tune stuck in my head. Which is tuned is thou stuckest with? And fuck you guys. That's the best 16th century accent I'll do. Which is tune? Is it or is it No, it's more like I'm thinking this might explain the popularity of Gregorian chants at the time. Could you imagine how mind-blowing it could have been for somebody when the first person used multiple tones in a tune? Just like, holy fuck, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no, that's from different places. It makes me think that the world has been evolving. Like, if you read the Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer, right, he never uses the word blue. He has nothing to represent blue. Right, there's the sea is a deep wine red. The sky is white. Like, did blue just not get rendered by the machines at that time? Are we in the Matrix? Was that like 8-bit and they decided to skip blue? Like, and then finally, 16th century, we get around to like adding some midis. So now it's like multiple tones all at once, and that becomes the tunes. Is somebody just in the future going to be going, man, they only tasted carrots one way, but there's actually 6 different ways to taste them. Like, it's just the computer, graphics just been upgraded in the world that we're living in. Is that it? And then tune is also like the fucking hippies, turn on, tune out, drop out, whatever the fuck the hippies were doing. I think that explains how tone deaf hippies are in this day and age. The fucking boomers. Yeah, I'm saying fucking boomers. I'm old. I can say it. There is not enough written on this at this point in time. What's the other thing is you take your car in for a tune-up. Whoever saw a vehicle as a musical instrument? Yeah, that's it. There's more there. I know there's more there, but I just started writing on it too late.
You got to figure out the blue part.
Sweet.
Yeah,
because, it was actually described a lot in those books.
It wasn't. They never used blue. He used other colors to describe it.
It was sapphire. It would probably have been called lapis lazuli at that time, which is where the word's derived from.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of those books, so I was like, I'm pretty sure they describe blue in those.
Well, I
did a quick search.
I remember there being a thing about how, like, a lot of cultures didn't have a word for blue because it doesn't really exist in nature a lot. It's like very rare. Like you don't see a lot of blue flowers.
The Greeks were the first ones to discover sapphire, so
apparently
I imagine
the color blue in it is an optical illusion. Blue things aren't really blue.
Though the Russian language has, like, I think 4 words for blue, what we call blue.
Yeah, that's right.
And they can distinguish it a lot easier. I just did a quick search for blue in the Iliad, and there's a Reddit post about the fact there's no blue color in Homer's The Odyssey and the Iliad.
Really? Reddit?
Yeah, right. I know it's not a great thing. Wikipedia Also, it
Yeah.
says, he called it a wine dark sea.
Yeah.
And it's attested to 5 times in the Iliad and 12 in the Odyssey, but never uses the word blue.
Oh no, I know he never uses the word blue.
I mean, it existed, but maybe they didn't have a word.
Let's say because there's the Latin and Greek word was lapis lazuli. And Sapharios. I can't
Might
pronounce
be
those words very well.
Steven Universe reference, but fucking what if that was where, like, how we started measuring time? It was like BB, like before blue.
Yes. I like how we went from discussing OnlyFans to this very culture.
Derail this whole thing. I'm a history
You
guy,
know,
so like,
the Odyssey and the Iliad. It's like I'm in my classics class all over again.
Yeah, it's according to Wikipedia that the Greeks categorized colors mainly in terms of light and dark. So they were like the monochrome screens. So they were like the Apple Macintosh with the orange and the on black.
So they're probably really, really good at being racist.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah!
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen Fry did a piece on this actually. Interesting.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Shit.
Are you guys really still going down this rabbit hole?
I'm actually finding it very interesting now. I'm sorry, wrong time for this. It's fascinating to me. I'm trying to read on it now.
That's the goal with my comedy, to make people go, huh?
Oh.
Well, because now I'm like reading debates about it. I'm like, oh my god, this is like a hot debated subject. Apparently, is the use of blue in Homer's.
You're gonna get one of those fact check flags every time you tell a joke. It's gonna be like, this information might be false.
And the thing is, this was just like a side thing to my thing about tune. Tune and tone was the same fucking word for the longest time. It was just like, yeah, move on. It's just the idea of it hit me that like maybe the Matrix hadn't evolved enough to like feed us the information to make us see, like, hear the difference between a tone and actually a melody. And then how go back further, see what else. Oh, okay, blue, yeah.
Because I thought that
what if everything was just different colors back
like
then?
An optical illusion or something.
Well, it's also closer to the equator. You don't see the blue as much, except for at noon, because it's more the refractory, refraction. No flat earthers, right? So the further away you are from the equator, Daniel grimaces.
No, because I hate flat earthers, and two, they called the sky bronze, which is weird because that's why I'm wondering. I was like, it's nothing like bronze at all.
It could be like a cloudy sunset, like it could be bronze.
Yeah. What color's the sky on that one day, bro? Bronze.
If you're downwind from Pompeii, then it was sort of bronze for a couple days in a row. So, not too soon to mention Pompeii and the
man,
thousands of people being cooked alive.
Can you imagine you had like your whole like family's money on your ship? Like you had all these goods, and you're like, man, I can't wait to get to Pompeii to sell these. And like as you're getting within range, you just see the island blow up, and you're just like, really? So you gotta like turn around and just go back the other way. Like
apparently Pompeii was like the sex capital of like ancient.
That's just because the porn survived. I mean, that porn was everywhere, most probably. It's just that
the giant dick statues, and there was one guy who got deep fried jerking off, and now he's just that forever.
Come on, who hasn't heard an old comic do a joke about? Well, the plane's going down, off goes the pants. Right? There's how many variations of that have you heard?
Okay, back to your like actual material and not just the color blue. My apologies again. I love the part thinking about like the first person to sing in different tones, and all I pictured was like the village singing, and then all of a sudden somebody started doing different tones. It was like, Burn
a
him!
witch, burn him!
Burn him!
Thank you. That just as you said, yeah.
Where they become like the pop star of the town. They're like, do us that thing
Yeah.
again.
There's so many lanes on that. I've never, like, it's a thought I've never even considered, but that had to have, at some point in history, that happened. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. The first thing, yeah. I always hate those jokes about, could you imagine the first person in history that did this? I always hate those, but that's what like came to my head first when I started writing this afternoon. So
Because you think it was an accident, like two people were like yelling at each other at the same time, and then they're just like, "Wait a minute, what just happened?"
or he was like
That-
singing
that
the
harmony?
car, and then somebody stepped on his toe, and he was like, ah.
They probably knew that they would try to murder them, so they probably had to do it in secret. And then it was like,
Ah.
that was like the original crack.
the original Public Enemy.
Yeah, this guy sings in multiple sounds.
It's like wanted posters in the caves.
Yeah, they had houses by the 1600s.
Very,
No, they didn't,
very.
really? I don't believe it.
Well, let's go there and see in the Magic School Bus.
Well, you guys can go. I ain't going.
What? No, zippers. Come on, let's.
Gotta have one black kid on the Magic School Bus.
Well, no, but I don't want to go back to the 1600s.
Yeah, it's
I don't
probably a
know.
bad time for. Wait, no, they don't know about you yet. I mean, you got like the
No,
Zulu Nation was pretty
that's not 'cause I'm
solid.
black. It's because
Well, I mean, part of it should be,
I like being watched all the time.
So we could just go back to the '60s and today for that. I mean, be like the greatest hits.
Shit, I wouldn't go back to the 90s.
I'd save Tupac.
I mean,
It's the only
Tupac is
thing I'd
still
change
alive.
about the '90s. It's Suge Knight. I'd change Suge Knight. Nah, he'd probably kill me and molest me.
Well, there's a theory he killed Eazy-E.
Yeah, theory sucks though. The
No, there's a
Wait,
theory he
the
did.
the
the
AIDS?
dirty needle AIDS one. Yeah.
Dirty Needle. I thought someone said. Never mind. That one sounds more feasible. I just assumed it was different.
Are you talking about the butt sex with dudes?
Yeah,
That-
it was like
that
the
one?
one way you give Eazy-E AIDS. Hey, with
Yeah.
a needle.
I'm sure it had nothing to do with the gratuitous amounts of whores he was banging without condoms on for his entire life.
Hey, they say any man who says any straight man who says he's I mean any guy, you know the thing. Sorry, I'm pulling.
I like it. I like
the
how you're
card.
saying it. How does it go?
I don't remember how it's phrased, but basically any guy who has AIDS that says he hasn't had gay sex is a fucking liar. But I don't know. That's I'm not a doctor. I'm also not a
Who said this?
Ball
I
swing.
think it was
2020.
I think it was let me see. I want to say I was trying to think of famous doctors, but I can't.
Dr.
Again, my
The
Fauci?
brain
first one
is
that
working right
came to
now.
my mind was Dr. Kevorkian, but that's
Doesn't sound like something he would say.
It actually sounds like something like the doctor who was treating Michael Jackson would say, because that guy was batshit crazy.
That guy was completely sane.
Well, okay, yeah, he's very mercenary.
It's missionary is the word you're looking for. No? All right.
Let me see.
Conrad Murray.
You know, I'm getting no hits on this quote, by the way. I think Bilal just thought about this by himself for a long time.
No, I wasn't trying to research it, but no, it is something I heard. It was just a saying that someone Hold on. Hold on.
Maybe they just somehow retracted it from the internet.
Maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The NSA. Got it.
Seeing how it sounds very bad in terms of. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Why are we fact checking everything right now?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm watching
Yeah, Nick,
documentaries all
I
day.
don't know.
Hold on.
Walt's got like an
I'll
angry
find it later.
AIDS,
but
gay
it's definitely
spider web
something
in his
I did.
house.
I
It's
didn't
like a
make it up, I
beautiful
promise.
mind.
And right now, I'm just Google's going to be looking at like, what the fuck is he searching for? It went from the Iliad to
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be like an Amazon ad popping up. Were you looking for AIDS or gay men with AIDS? $19.99 free shipping with Amazon Prime. All right, fuck me, man. I thought it was funny. I'll work on it. Tuesdays.
What? Huh?
yeah, my Amazon recommendations now includes needles.
Oh man.
That's more of a wish.com.
Wish.com. If I ever meet
I think that's
anybody who works for Wish.com, I don't even care if they're an entry level employee. I'm slapping them right in the face. It's the worst company in the world, next to Chase Bank.
I was gonna say before you're an addict, they call them wantles.
Oh, want.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear your zipper jokes.
Yeah, let's move
Let's
on.
zip
now.
right in.
Let's
Get in a zip car and go over to those zipper jokes.
Oh
See,
man, I wish I had a
I'm mad
taller
that, like,
house.
this one was thought of by an actual human, like in a. It's right in line with all the rest of them. Okay, zippers. Here we go. Zippers, like I feel, are probably the most inferior like form of binding your like an item of clothing. You know, because like I mean, well, no, Velcro probably is worse, but zipper, like, because once your zipper malfunctions, like you have to like. I know everyone who's encountered a zipper has had to at least like become somewhat familiar with the troubleshooting process because like snaps, I've never had a snap malfunction. Like snaps have never failed me once. Velcro, like as long as it's kept clean, I mean, I keep it away from my hair. I never have a problem with Velcro either. But zippers, like every time I had, like unless it's like really really heavy, like one of those really really thick unwieldy zippers that wouldn't work on like anything that's not like a Carhartt coat, then like it's gonna mess up. Like plus zippers, like you can't get your dick caught in snaps or buttons. I mean, if you get your dick caught in a button, that's just that's on you. It's not but like you ever like I'm sure every guy's gotten their dick caught in the zipper at least one time. You know, zipper is like you could probably torture someone like that. Now that I think about it, you could probably like there's probably like some kind of zipper torture. Why are you looking at me like, Dan? You know you've gotten your dick caught in a zipper at least once. At least. All right. Okay.
We learned.
All right. All right. Anyway, like zippers, you could probably use a zipper as a makeshift torture device. That's all I'm saying. Like if someone's like, "I'll never talk," and then you're like, "All right. Get the dick zipper," and he's like, "All right, I'll talk." You know, like that's nobody wants that. Like yeah, but that's why I really like buttons. But buttons always fall off. You know, like at least the zipper, isn't gonna fall off. Well, actually, wait a minute. Yes, it will. The actual zipper part can also fall off, rendering the entire zipper fucking useless. Which is another flaw. That's why I think snaps probably are the best of like all around like binding device. The only thing you got to deal with is like gaps between them, but not really if they're placed right. But yeah, like I mean, because once the like if the zipper like if you zip it the wrong way and like it's misaligned, then you can just like completely ruin the entire. It ruins the entire article of clothing. And things with zippers are genuinely. I mean, generally. Not wearable without the zipper intact. Zipper. Plus buttons look way better, you know, like buttons like you can polish your buttons and like shine them. If a button falls off, it's way easier to replace than a zipper. Also, like you can just like sew another one on. It already come like everything with buttons already comes with extra buttons because they know it's gonna fall off eventually. But like I've never had anything come with an extra like zipper part. They should start doing that, or they should just I don't know, not put zippers on shit. I'm done. Thanks, guys. You have any feedback?
It would be more convincing if you weren't wearing a hoodie with a zipper.
I mean, if the zipper comes off, first of all, you ever been trapped in your clothing by a broken zipper?
Mhm.
Yes.
I as a kid in the 70s, snaps. You kept on saying about how great snaps were. Snaps fucking failed. All right, snaps catch skin. Snaps are
They break.
I have never
They
had
break.
a snap catch my skin.
oh man,
They're like the
it's
worst
bad.
thing on a bike is snaps.
Really? If you get like pulled into something, you can just like pop it off.
No, but if you're also riding at 80 miles an hour and you're wearing a
Okay.
vest that's held together by snaps, it's going to
Well,
break
yeah, but I mean,
open.
if you got a
And then you're
leather
going to
vest,
lose
you got-
all your cell phones and you're going to lose your wallet and you're
Because
going
you're carrying
to...
multiple cell
All
phones.
right.
Because
Okay.
I
thank
did
you.
carry multiple cell phones when this happened, asshole. Like, I had a work phone and a personal phone.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I said the only good zippers are the heavy ones. Like if you're wearing a leather jacket, I assume it's got nice zippers on it. Okay. Like
There was one zipper issue I don't think you covered, though, which is like when your zipper only breaks in part of it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're zipping up and it's zipped up, but then there's like the middle is unzipped
yeah, then
for
it just
some
comes
reason.
open.
And then you zip
Right.
down and then it rezips that closed, but now everything else is open. And you got to kind of try to figure out how to get that open without closing everything else around it.
or the missing teeth
Yes.
when you lose a tooth out of the zipper.
Just move this whole house.
Yeah, I just decided to knock down that brick wall.
No, like what you've done with the place.
Yeah, I've got this green screen up so you guys don't see that I didn't make my bed, but then I just announced it. But yeah, there's also like zip cars, zip guns. There's all kinds of zipping to get into, but you fixate on the clothing, which is a bold choice.
What is a
That
zip car?
kangaroo zip was a miracle.
What is a zip car? That sounds racist. Like you're not
it's-
going to train one of those stupid zip cars. We beat them. We beat them in
You
World
mean
War
Rice
II. God damn, Paul.
it's a socialist thing. It's a car sharing service.
Yeah, I think it's in Canada. I don't think it's in us.
I don't know what that is.
I've
We
never-
don't
I-
share
I-
cars here.
As a white
a
man
car
from America,
share.
can never say, "Hey, can I check out your zip cars?" Like,
Basically, it's like a club you own a membership to, and the cars are at locations. You just walk over, you use your fob or your membership card, whatever it is. You open it up and you get in and you drive the car. Somebody else takes care of the maintenance, the insurance, all that. You just pay your membership and pay for your gas usage. Basically,
Yeah, I don't
it's
think that'll
cheaper,
work
way
out too
cheaper.
That
It's
sounds
huge and
gross.
growing in Canada.
well. In Detroit, I don't think it would work. Very
it sounds
well.
icky.
That's
I mean, they're
Well,
not.
now, because of COVID.
They're not great cars, but they're clean. It's a hell of a lot better than U-Haul.
Yeah, cheaper than like
Like so.
Enterprise.
I've got an
And, yeah,
idea.
it's
Instead
cheaper
of
than
all
get
of that,
renting a
how
car.
about you just have a car?
Yeah, it's because I live
Oh
in a
wait, you're
city
saying when
beside
you're
a subway.
traveling,
Because we live in
It's not just when you're traveling, but I
communist
like
country. Please help us.
I basically lost my car because I didn't drive it for 4 months because I wasn't on the road at that point. I only used my car when I was on the road.
Mm.
And then if you leave a car to sit for too long, it fucks it up. I live in a major city and I right beside a subway station.
Mm.
I get everywhere as I need to go, like so much faster using public transit than I would in a car.
Well, so you can't do that here. That is one thing that's like where I'm at. There's not outside of
that's-
like the big
Public
cities like New
transit.
York or something like that.
That's because
not
your
really
country
stuff like
doesn't
that.
care about your infrastructure.
Well, we make
Oh
cars.
no, the car companies are making too much off of cars.
That's oil. Your new slaves, the guys, the Saudis who funded 9/11, and just let's take that level. All right, so much not for a comedy safe space. I was just kind of being
This is becoming, I don't know.
the conspiracy show.
No, not even the conspiracy show. But
Well,
some
maybe
sort
if
of
we
segment
had
on
mooses we
CNN.
rode everywhere, we wouldn't need cars.
Uh,
Fucking Canucks, god damn it! Like, coming up
yeah,
here with
wasn't it one of
fucking
your presidents
ideas.
that rode a moose? Huh?
I think Teddy did ride a moose in a
Yeah,
picture.
Teddy
You could
did
be
ride a
right.
moose. Teddy Roosevelt rode a, there's a fucking photographic evidence
I'm
of him
pretty sure
riding a
that's
moose.
definitely a thing.
So you know,
To be
I'll shake-
fair, he was the most badass man in the world. So at
Yeah.
the time,
and he was a huge socialist.
that dude rode horses into combat when they had real guns. Like that guy, it's awesome.
Spanish-American War.
Hooah! I don't know. Figure he'd be like an over the top Pacino. That'd be hilarious. Like if you think Teddy's like this awesome dude, and you just go back in time and he's just like over the top Pacino all the time. Like, we gotta bust up these banks. They've got a great ass.
I like the woods. No, that's a bad Pacino. But fucking the guy created the national park
sounding
system.
like Nick Offerman.
Okay. Yeah, he probably is exactly like Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
In reality.
Parks and Rec.
Which I love that him and that like the lady, I can't remember her real name, that plays like his psycho wife in that show are married in real life. Tammy too.
I need to look it up.
Megan Mullally.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
from-
Oh wow.
what was it? What was that
Will
show?
and Grace.
Will and Grace.
Parks and
thank you.
Recreation.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's funny. She's a nice
she's
person
really
too.
funny.
Mhm.
They're totally swingers.
So
I have
mean,
no
that's-
evidence. I'm just spitballing here, but
They're too happy to be monogamous.
do you know he never auditions?
He never
he
auditions?
he shows up and he's just like, you know what I do. If you want me, call me. And then he just go, and he really is like a woodworker, carpenter, like outdoorsy guy in real life. So he just goes back to his wood shop and waits for the call. I was like, what? Like he was talking about it on Conan Needs a Friend, like last year. Him and his wife were a guest on his podcast. Like he doesn't like the whole Hollywood vibe and scene, so he'll just be like, you know who I am.
All right. He narrated something that's hilarious. It's called The Gunfighter. It's just a short film. You can
Okay.
find it on YouTube.
Oh, I saw.
It's so brilliant. It's just him narrating what's happening in a saloon, except everybody in the saloon can hear his voice.
Really? That sounds fun. I'll check that out later. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
It was.
I didn't like his stand-up special, but I like him in everything he's ever been in, other than that special.
Cool. So we should probably get back to form.
Yeah.
Now is the part where if you guys have any real jokes you want to work on, or any premises, or if you just want to scream the N-word at the top of your lungs, this is where you do it.
No!
Dan?
Not that one. Okay.
Dan, you're up first. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
Nigeria. I'll start at 54:30. Let's see. What are we going to talk about? Fuck COVID, and here's why. I haven't had a good haircut in almost a fucking year, and every time I go to get another haircut, it just gets worse. I got a haircut yesterday. The bitch gave me a fucking mohawk, okay? It's a wide mohawk, but it's a fucking mohawk. My wife doesn't know why I'm so pissed off about this. I was like, I'm not 18 and a psycho on a football field anymore. I don't want a fucking mohawk, okay? Like, seriously, look at this shit. Look at like here's my hair right here. See how there's no hair on the sides? I'm so pissed about this.
You'll fit in with the Proud Boys.
I'm getting headshots this week, and I was getting a nice haircut for my headshots, and now I got a fucking mohawk, so I got to wear a goddamn fucking hat the entire fucking time. That's what I got to do for my headshots because some fucking tight little ass blonde couldn't cut a goddamn man's hair. This is America. I should be able to get a decent fucking high and tight, not a mohawk. All right, let's go to something a little softer. That was true passion. That was in the moment. Like, I hadn't written anything for that at all. I'm just very angry about my fucking haircut right now. I think sexual predator is a weird term. Like, when I say sexual predator, we all picture something different. It's too broad. Because, like, when I hear sexual predator, I picture the predator, but he's dressed like a cowboy. And he's just chasing down mercenaries across the jungle and collecting, I don't know, their butt hymens. What the hell could a predator, like a sex predator, collect? Not skulls, it'd probably be butthole hymens. I don't know if buttholes have hymens. I'm not a doctor. I just, like, maybe there's a flap that, like, allows it to go through, like the poop to go through. But if anything goes in, it tears. So that's what he's collecting is those butt hymens. Ray Lewis is a born competitor, and he would never want to take the easy way for anything. So I think if Ray Lewis was a sex predator, he would just be stalking the World's Strongest Man competition and sport raping the contestants. I think that's what he would be doing. It'd be like after, like, he'd be like, oh man, how much did that guy just squat? And he'd be like, oh, 2,000 pounds. And Ray would get all excited and start doing his little, like, pregame dance and everything. He's like, I'm going to get that motherfucker later. And then they just, like, after a couple of years, they just stopped giving out trophies. And you get, like, a gold chastity belt. And then they just kick you into a tent and you had to go fight for, like, your butthole virginity from Ray Lewis. Have the ability to walk. That'd be good. No repeat winners anymore, for sure, after that. Let's see, what else could we talk about here? I have got a dumb genius for a friend. Do you guys have any of those? Like, you know this person if you had them in your life. They're the person that has somewhat really good ideas, but they just didn't quite think them through all the way. For example, this is when we were younger and, we were, you're going through that phase as a man where you're having a lot, like, sex with as many women as you can. And he got bored of banging straight women. So he thought, let's try to figure out a plan here to bang lesbians because it'd be harder. Honestly, his first idea wasn't the worst. He said, me and you, we lived together at the time. We'll get civil unions and pretend to be a gay couple. And then we'll go befriend a bunch of lesbians. And then we'll eventually just all get drunk together. And, eventually over time, mistakes will ensue. And that's how we'd have sex with lesbians. But it was kind of insulting. Like, why does he think I would even marry him or consider it? He's sloppy. He doesn't have good hygiene. He doesn't have the best fashion sense at all. I mean, so all the good perks of being with a gay person are out the window. I don't know. His second idea, I came home one time and he was shaved head to toe and wearing a wig and a sundress. And he's got feminine features and it wasn't bad. Like, for a second there, I might have been considering option one. And he was just like, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to go try to bag some lesbians tonight. I was like, that's cool. One question, though. I don't think you've thought this all the way through. He didn't understand what I meant. I was like, well, I think there might be like a 9-inch issue that pops up later on. You might have to, clear through there. He's like, no, I thought that through. I was like, oh, yeah, what do you got? He's like, it's the world's biggest clitoris. That's what I was going to tell him. And don't touch it too much because it's infected, which I just don't understand why he thinks it being an infected clitoris is a better sell than it being a penis. Obviously he didn't think that all the way through again. Let's see, what can we end on here? What else? I think I'm good. I think that was 3, right? 3 minutes, something like that.
That was 4 minutes, 51 seconds. Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Yay. Sweet. Any feedback, you guys?
I had a joke that I stopped using that was talking about alt-right hair.
Mhm.
And those you're high and tight, grown man with a wide mohawk that kind of fits the bill.
Mhm.
So yeah, your headshot should be good for you getting work KKK rallies.
It's great.
It's a
It's my target
couple
demo.
militia Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Oh well, there'll be plenty of documentaries made about this in the in the not too distant future. So it's actually not a bad angle.
I have to shave my head now. Like, there's no way I can fucking grow it. Like, it looks so weird now that I've noticed it, and I'm just so angry every time I see it.
Have you shaved your head before?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get rid of a bad haircut. Like, that's the only time I ever shave my head, or when I was too poor to get haircuts.
Yeah. See, I did it once, and I found out I don't have a good head.
Oh, I have a terrible head. It's like an alien, like the movie Alien.
You get the long back?
It goes back. It's like if this was ancient Mayan society, I would be royalty, I think, but it's not. So I'm retarded. Not all at once, guys. It's cool.
There could be a reveal that you think your friend maybe was just into you. Your roommate just at some point,
Maybe.
like all the times that he's trying to get the civil union, dresses up. How do you think? I look.
There's a Mad TV sketch about that, and it's like, but they're doing it to pick up straight women, but they'll be like, we'll be gay friends, and then it turns out, like at the end, they were married for 20 years.
Oh, this isn't even made up. This actually happened outside.
Really?
Outside of the sundress part.
There was a Tony Curtis film where him and I think it's sort of Some Like It Hot, yeah, where they pretended to be women to live in a women's building.
I remember that TV show actually.
Bosom Buddies, yeah.
That was Bosom Buddies was sort of a retake on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the stupid genius.
Yeah.
Usually I tell that one slower, but I was pretty revved up from the first part still.
Well, what if he went all the way and actually got his dick chopped off and everything, and then he finally he was like, I don't know.
I do.
There might be something there. Actually, I kind of like that.
I do a sex advice podcast.
You do a sex advice podcast?
Yeah. Well, it's a live stream, so you can join in and ask questions. It's every Wednesday night at 9:00.
Just Paul, how do you go so long without having sex? And you're like, well, listen, guys, you got to pace yourselves and lots of Crisco.
Yeah. So it's usually me and a burlesque friend of mine or two, and so we do it. I do it though in character, which is because I work burlesque shows. Like
you dress in burlesque?
No, I do a sex advice character.
Paul's wild, man.
Yeah.
Do you do a German accent, or are you like a Sigmund Freud type or something?
Actually, I go very blue collar Irish. So it's like, if this dumb shit can get it, why can't you? Like, consent isn't sexy. It's fucking necessary. All those kind of things.
I actually used to. There used to be a live they do stand up, and then there'd be like a relationship talk show afterwards, and I would sometimes be on the panel, and all my advice would be like you should just rape people.
What was that?
I mean, it's way easier than fucking having to dress up. Jesus.
What was the Louis C.K. bit where he's just like, I don't think anybody should rape anyone. Unless, of course, you want to have sex with them and they won't let you. Then you can.
that joke came
what are you
back
going to
at
do? He didn't rape anybody. It's still funny.
I mean, you don't know that.
It would have came out when everything else did. For sure.
Yeah,
Unless he
might not
killed
have.
them.
He might have murdered them also and buried them.
Damn.
Like,
That'd be a good bit if he talked about that. He's like, listen, he thought I was bad, but I murdered all the real bad ones. Am I right? And like nobody laughs, and it's like, all right.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys scared of losing careers? All it's a comedy safe space.
No, it's just I'd like to see like you and three big guys in an alleyway and them decide they want to jerk off on you, and you not consider that to be some kind of sexual assault.
He didn't jerk off on anybody. He jerked off in front of people, but he didn't jerk
Right.
off on anyone. It's two different things, Paul.
It's against consent, man. That's the
Well,
thing.
no,
And
consent
He asked, and
Well,
they said
never mind.
yes. They didn't
I
think he
don't-
was
I don't
serious.
care. How
Yeah.
this guy-
I care. I'm not going to slander Louis C.K.'s name when the real facts aren't being put out there. I mean, they all agreed. They said yes. They just thought he was kidding, and he was in his own hotel room. I will definitely defend Louis C.K.
I'll defend him too. I don't really give a fuck either way because this isn't the place. Like us having this conversation doesn't really do anything, you know.
No, he's back.
Everyone will exit it with their preformed opinions intact. So why even bother? It's a waste.
that's
of
why I
time.
stopped talking a while ago.
All right. Anyway, let's
It's like
get back to
22
the
seconds,
set
I mean.
of jokes. Any more feedback? All right, then. Time to move on. Hey, Matt, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to go. And I will
So
start
I
the
know
time.
I know this particular comedian, and he goes way too far. His name's Daniel Grinnell, and he's
Grinnell.
just saying, "Hey man, I'm just killing sacred cows here." And then I was like, "Why have you got it out for the Hindus, dude?" Terrible, terrible. So this is old news, but the presidential debate was the other night. And the only thing I could think of is after two 70-plus-year-old men screaming at each other for an hour and a half, that men's room better have been open for the both of them, is all I can think of. Like, they had to make a beeline to that men's room. Or the smarter thing would be to just install a urinal behind the podiums as well. So, maybe when they have a break, they can just, let off a bit of steam, because they're older gentlemen and they might need to do that. So I'm actually a man of honor at my friend's wedding. So yes, I'm a man of honor, a best man to a bride. And that's great and everything. I'm very flattered by that. I'm very happy about it. But, when she's asking me for advice, I'm like, listen, dear, okay, I grew up watching BattleBots, not Say Yes to the Dress, so I can't really help you with much here. Like, I don't know, wear a bikini or something. I'll build you a BattleBot suit as your dress, sure. And what else have I got here? Yeah, so do you ever notice that people are really into houseplants lately? And it's like, people are liking plants more than their own children. They're like, my stupid kid, what's his name, didn't get a trophy at baseball, but Millicent, my ZZ plant, is doing so well lately. Damn it. I'm losing my material. Okay, that's all I've got.
I think the being the man of honor, doing jokes about having your plans to not wear the man of honor dress just the one time. You want to make sure it's in a flattering cut.
Yeah.
And hoping that she picks a good color.
Better pick a good color.
And also the tradition or the saying that the bride always picks a maid of honor who's not going to show her up by looking more attractive, which I don't know if that would get you in trouble with your friend, but
yeah, she'd be cool with it.
Yeah. And the tradition that the maid of honor always kind of hooks up with the best man.
Well, I'm hooking up with myself.
Any other wedding traditions people can throw at them?
Hmm.
Like, there's also all kinds of wedding shit that you can just make fun of.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm no, literally though, I'm like not interested. She's not actually asking me to plan, like help her plan that much because it's gonna be a small wedding. She canceled it because of COVID, but like, yeah,
You got to
It's
get the
gonna be like-
strippers though.
yeah. Well, yeah, I have to take her for her hen night or whatever, I guess.
What if you also had to be like the ring bearer and the flower girl,
Possibly.
and like did every other like side job?
Because it's a COVID wedding, you kind of have to have all the people in the same bubble, but then you have to live with them for the next
14
2 months
days.
of their the next month of their honeymoon of the first year.
The veil is just like a plastic screen. It's like one of those masks.
COVID weddings, yeah.
He bent up the face shield.
Can you unclip the face shield? You may now unclip the face shield
You may now.
and have moist contact with your wife. Exchange moist particles.
You may now do something very
I have noticed like some for some reason people have gotten very, very weirdly attached to plants recently. Like I don't know if it's always been like that or if
It feels like a
Just
recent thing.
paying attention.
You know?
I think more time people are staying stationary, they're relating more.
My sister actually names her.
Yeah, and then
plants.
or maybe it reminds them of their possible future. If they get COVID, they might turn into a vegetable.
That's true. They might have plants growing from their body eventually. You know? If you're just lying down.
So Invasion of the Body Snatchers seems much more realistic now.
Vision of the Body Snatchers.
No, that was just a throwaway line. I had no idea. Just the Donald Sutherland.
Yeah. I was thinking of a Fantastic Voyage. Is that the right one?
Where they
Fantastic Voyage?
shrunk
Is that
down really small and like go in the
Which one's the
body.
one where they go in the body?
the Disney remake was Inner Space with
Oh, that was
Quaid.
Fantastic Voyage.
Fantastic Voyage was that wasn't the Journey to the Center of the Earth though. That was the shrink down. But that was the 60s
That's the
version.
one. Yeah, it's the right one. Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah. The 80s, Dennis Quaid did another one, which was Inner Space.
Wasn't Martin Short the guy he was injected to, or am I remembering?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Short. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever happened to that new planet? They said there might have been another planet in our solar system. And then I
Planet
didn't hear
X.
about it.
Oh, yeah, because they're saying like gravitational fields, like there had to be something out there big enough to create like that pole. I don't know.
Yeah, that's been being said since the 80s. Like the math is there, but they just physically can't find it.
And also recently they said a thing about they found gases linked to life forms on Venus.
Yeah, they never checked for life on Venus because they thought it would be too like one, it's a gas planet, and then no, 'cause
Venus
Venus
isn't
is
gas.
further away than us.
Wait.
No, Venus is
I was
closer.
thinking- no,
You're thinking of Mercury.
It's the second closest to the sun. Mercury,
Oh yeah,
Venus,
my
Earth,
very
Mars.
yeah Mercury, Venus.
Yeah, it's
Mars.
got the
Doesn't it not
sulfuric
have-
rain, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. Which one doesn't have an atmosphere?
Mars,
Yeah.
or is it just a really thin
No, hold on.
atmosphere?
It's a super thin atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think it might be okay.
There was something in the news recently about Euro, or
Europa.
Europa. Yeah. And there was also they've actually discovered large bodies of water underground in Mars.
Mhm.
That was something that came out in the news the past couple of days.
Oh yeah, it was
Or past
Mercury.
couple weeks.
Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the jokes. My bad. Jokes.
So then I did. I don't remember. I did plans. I did.
I like the way I think the wedding one stuff has the most legs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's true, yeah. I did the debate. I did the sacred cow one.
Or I mean, since like a lot of people like are splitting up after having to be quarantined together, it could tie into the wedding joke.
Actually, a friend of mine had the opposite thing happen. He had just met somebody online. They had been dating a little bit. He was traveling from Montreal down to the States to visit her. And then lockdown happened while he was there with like pretty much just an overnight bag for 5-6 months or whatever. And they got married.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wait. Did they get married because, like, was he a dual citizen or something?
Nope, but it was to get her out of the country was just part of it. But they do care for each other fairly deeply, and so
That's cool.
now they're living in his studio apartment.
Ooh.
Yep, with a cat and a dog.
Sweet. What kind of? Oh, never mind. So many questions.
Yeah.
That sounds like a movie.
Yeah, can you imagine how many romantic films are going to be made out of the COVID times? Zoom love affairs. You Got Mail's got nothing on what the shit that's going down now. You Got Mail. It's got anthrax. But
You've got a Zoom call. You've got a Cisco WebEx meeting. Oh, I hate my boss. He sucks. Oh, well, let's go in a meeting room together. Oh, we have so much in common.
And secretly, he's her boss. All right, sorry, just plot generation.
No, I was trying to follow. I don't know. I get the reference. Side note: do any of you guys want to come back to my hotel room and watch me jerk off?
No, thanks.
Okay.
I'm pretty booked.
You're not offering me.
okay,
You're not offering me a good job. So, like, yeah, my career is not dependent on your approval there, Bilal.
Yeah, I mean, you're a rational adult. You can make your own choices. Speaking of choices,
I'm sorry. I'm still a middling comedian that can't make those decisions.
Any more feedback or banter? All right, sweet. Paul, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I'll start your time.
All right, let's start it off now. I'm a recovering alcoholic. What I mean by that is I've hidden some drinks around the room. I'll be recovering them later. One of the things I've never been called is an irresponsible drunk. I think that's really hurtful if anyone does call me that, because I have never, ever dropped a bottle of alcohol. Babies, however, really, seriously, who would give a drunk person a baby to hold? Huh? Who's the irresponsible one now, Karen? Oh, still me? I guess you want to talk to my manager? Let's see what else was on that joke. Nope, move on to something else. Winston Churchill had said, I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs see us as equals. And if you've seen a picture of his wife, I think that piece of history is explained. There's a lot of sayings about pigs. Like you can't put lipstick on a pig. If you talk to Winston Churchill, so as greedy as a pig. We might be changing that to as greedy as a Trump. A hog in armor is still but a hog. That's why we put them through boot camp. It's like giving pearls to piglets. Yeah, because they'll eat it, and then they get a blockage, and that kind of makes the flesh taste sweeter. Okay. I guess that would make it too expensive. No, I'm not mentioning that joke because that was a thing that I wrote down. I just went, no, that's not good. Oh yeah, here it is. I think comedy has lied to me because I'm 51 years old, and my balls have not distended. Like they're in the same place they used to be. The same place they were when I finished puberty. I mean, like I'm not teabagging toilet water. I'm not accidentally sitting on them. There's no horrific incidences when I wear shorts around cats. It's not like they don't see any use. Like my wife, seriously, she treats it like silly putty. I mean, she squeezes them, she stretches them apart, she presses it into comic book panels. All right, I'll leave it there. That was 3 minutes.
All right, sweet, yay!
Yeah, sweet. It ended.
Feedback.
No feedback at all. All right.
Yeah, there's definitely like the hog stuff, hog in armor.
I like the opening line. I thought that was pretty funny. I hadn't heard that one before. I'm not being sarcastic. I did genuinely find like I'm an alcoholic in recovery, which means I hit boot. Like that was fucking funny.
Yeah. No, that's been a joke. I've tried to expand on it. It's been an opening line I've used, but it's just I've not gotten more mileage out of it, and just being called an irresponsible drunk. Like, what is an irresponsible drunk? And so I just sort of riffed on the idea of trying to make something more to the joke.
Is there a responsible drunk?
That's what I was thinking in my head. It was just like, you're an irresponsible drunk. It's like, it's called being a drunk. That's all there is.
Well,
Point.
I was thinking like,
Yeah.
What if like you did lose the drink though? Like
What?
wait, where the fuck is my drink?
I've never managed to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Or like I'm a recovering alcoholic, and like say like you got a call from the station and they had your case that you lost the other day. I don't know. Like, yeah, we found your 12-pack, so I gotta go recover it from the cops later. I don't know. It sucked. Don't do that one.
Well, no, but
12 packs a case of 2-4 is a 2-4. It's Canadian lingo, Daniel.
Oh yeah, or a Scarborough suitcase if you wanted.
Scarborough
Southern
suitcase.
Ontario.
Really? Oh, that's because people in Hamilton can't afford 24.
Yeah, we can do.
Are you guys speaking English right now?
Bilal, you're Canadian like us. You know what we're
Oh
saying.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I know all about that.
Europe.
24.
Speaking out again, I gotta get enough land, you get enough land, and you're not gonna understand a fucking word.
That is drunk Irish, sir. That is not Canadian.
As of 1949, that's Canadian. That's Newfoundlandese.
Newfoundlandese.
Jet hit the pitch yet? Any idea what I just said?
Did you hit the pitch yet?
Jet hit the pitch yet?
Yeah, Chet. Did you hit the pitch yet, Chet? Like,
nope.
You should,
that translates to has the plane landed?
Oh no!
You know what I like to say? Hey, has the plane landed? And then
but Jet, you have to say it in half the time you say it.
Did you? Because then he had to explain it. Everybody's like, "What the fuck did this guy just say?" And they're like, "How much did you just serve him?" And they're like, "Not at all." And they still get fired. They got a stewardess loses their job. Oh, that's selfish.
Let's look it out together.
Yeah, we could sweat it out together, man. That's cool. I mean, I prefer not to sweat that much when not necessary, but
I think Matt actually understood that one.
I kind of did.
that means no, he didn't.
Damn it. Damn it.
Oh yeah. Or like, what if you like have to recover your drink off the bathroom floor later or something?
See, I've never been that responsible to drop it there.
Oh.
Like the entire premise is I'm not a irresponsible drunk. I've never once dropped alcohol.
Yeah. Okay.
That one's actually hacky as shit because I've heard that a million
Well-
times from just dudes at bars.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
I
don't-
was thinking like if you like
I say
build
I
up
never
to it-
once dropped a bottle of alcohol. That's just so I could go into but babies, however.
Hmm.
And like who is it that gives a drunk person a baby to hold? Who's the irresponsible one now?
How did
Yeah,
they get it into this bottle?
that's funny. That part was funny. I'm thinking of this bottle.
Hmm. I love.
Maybe it's like the Thai, like for some reason I'm thinking of like the Thai like snake whiskey, except there's like a human baby in a bottle of whiskey now.
what kind of mezcal has babies in the bottom?
What country would that come from?
Uh,
I don't know. Newfoundland, probably. Or something.
no, they treat their alcohol better.
Or there might be like some Serbian booze where they're like this
Czech.
baby that died in birth. we put
Maybe.
this is fetus.
Budapest is Hungary. Budapest is Hungary, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they like to drink. The Finns as well. Finns are sort of famous. Here we are racially stereotyping alcohol.
I
consumption.
think I've
Isn't this
learned
nationally
every
stereotyping?
culture in the
I don't know.
world likes
Nationally,
alcohol.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like among the Scandinavian countries, they look at the Finns and go, "Oh, those people drink." So if you get Norwegians saying that you drink, holy fuck!
Well,
Yeah.
they always finish. They're. That sucks.
I like it. I like that look of hope that goes on Bilal's face before he undercuts it himself. Just
I was trying to think of a pun. But to no avail.
yeah. The pig stuff
The
was
thing with
just
the,
writing down stuff about pigs. Oh, when pigs
The thing with
fly.
the pig and the pearls.
Yeah.
The sweet.
That was the
sweet
only really
stuff.
funny thing that came out of it.
Pearls.
But seriously, look at pictures of Churchill's wife. Just
I'm gonna do that now.
I was picturing Churchill because Churchill looked like a giant pig, honestly. Like it looked like a warthog.
Okay, she was kind of well, yeah.
she had hair like yours, man.
Yeah. I mean, when she was young, she was kind of
Hey,
cute.
hold on a second. Wait a minute.
I would say some of these pictures. Wait, these aren't his wife. Wait, what's her name? Clementine.
Clementine.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, Clementine Church.
I was looking at Lady Randolph Churchill, and she's got some big titties from back, especially from back in the day. His mother-in-law, like, damn. I didn't even know they had pictures back in that long ago in the 1800s. I guess they did. That was a stupid thing. His daughter was pretty fine. Damn, Churchill got some good genes.
The alcohol killed all the bad ones.
Levi. Again, two ugly people sometimes make a hot one. She's not that
That's
bad.
true.
Yeah, she's not
Wow.
like super ugly. Besides that giant chin.
Weird hair.
And
Yo.
the eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes. It's sort of like anime, but not.
She's got
Like
a bad
little
profile.
Frida
shot for
Kahlo
sure.
meets anime.
She's got a bad profile. Like,
Oh wait, whoa,
Look.
whoa, never mind. I take it back.
yeah,
I'll
her
take it back.
profile's jacked.
No.
Yeah, no.
Straight
So-
on
we
is
don't
not
run
too
into each
bad,
other
but as
in
soon
the
as it puts some
afterlife.
angles in there.
I thought we were talking shit.
A blowjob and getting a punch in the nuts at the same time. That kind of chin.
Um,
Nice.
Hey, I mean, probably make good money doing something like that.
There's always a market.
I didn't tell my cock and ball torture jokes tonight, so
Cock and ball torture. I remember that discussion.
yeah.
Any more feedback on the set of jokes?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right, time to dive into the vault. All right, so I went over to this girl's house and she just had like a bag of hamburger meat just in the corner, like a bag of raw hamburger meat. Like it wasn't even like a small bag either. It was like a clear like trash bag full of hamburger meat. And like I was like, what is she like raising tigers or something? So I was like, you have any pets? And she was like, well, yesterday I was playing fetch with my dog and I accidentally threw the stick into a wood chipper.
It'd be creepier if it was a Tinder date. But yeah.
I feel like the people who haunt you as ghosts are the same people who tailgate you in real life. I feel like that's like the same thing, but it's physical. I think that like I don't know, like when you're driving on the freeway, there's something there. I get pulled over a lot, and every time I get pulled over, the cops always want to search my car. I think it's because I kind of act like the guy in Scooby Doo that they want you to think did it. But you know when someone's being really nosy and you see it about to fuck them over, but they keep going, so you're like, all right, whatever happens, happens. Because they always look in your car like they're gonna find some big ass stash of drugs or something. Then they pop your trunk and find a footlocker full of baby heads. Now you got to see that every time you close your eyes, you know, every time. Oh wait, I fucked that joke up. Never mind. That was what I was trying not to do. I'm from Michigan, and driving in Michigan is fun. But I realized that for some reason, the further north you go in Michigan, the more moose-related the name of every restaurant and venue gets. And I always thought moose are more of a Canadian thing. You know, like everybody wants to be Canadian until it's time to throw down. Then it's USA all the way. But I feel like if you have the name of an animal in the name of your restaurant, you should serve the meat of the animal. Like if I want a moose burger or a moose steak, they should have it. Because my grandfather always used to tell me moose meat is delicious. Yeah, they should serve moose meat. Or there should be a moose in the back that you can fuck. Because otherwise, that's just false advertising. You know, like you go up to the bar, you're like, hey, I'm looking for some moose head. And they're like, oh, right this way. They got a moose chained up in the back. You can use the antlers like handlebars to control the motions. Fun fact, if you ever want a fucking animal, chickens are nature's fleshlight. It's true. Yeah, but I get pulled over a lot. And every time I get pulled over, the cops always want to search my car. I think it's because I kind of act like the guy in Scooby Doo that they want you to think did it. But you know when someone's being really nosy and they see it about to fuck them over, but they keep going, so you're like, all right, whatever happens, happens. Because they always look in your car like they're going to find some big ass stash of drugs or something. Then they pop your trunk and find a footlocker full of baby heads. Like, oh, I've never seen those baby heads in my life, officer. They are not mine. You want some peanuts? These are mine. I bought them. I bought them at the store. They weren't even on sale. I paid full price for them. They're Planters. I paid full price for these name brand Planters peanuts. So I was raping a pile of dead babies the other day, and I was thinking, you think anyone's ever been walking in the woods and they see a bear, and the bear sees them, and they're like, "Oh no, this bear's about to kill me!" So they go to run, but they like twist their ankle and they fall, and now the bear's standing over them, and it just looks at them, and it's like, I don't hate you, but if you died, I wouldn't be sad, and just walk off into the sunset. I had a friend who jerked off 6 million Jews. They called him Beadolf Hitler. I used to think that Nicolas Cage is just where they put you when you don't have any nickels. Why is it Hispanic and not Herspanic? All right, I'm done. Thanks, guys. Any feedback?
Yes,
I
I like
lo-
how you went back to the joke that wasn't quite landing. Because I know you did the last time I was on this. Yeah, it was good. Good stuff overall. Yeah, you rewound and you made it work. So.
The Scooby Doo thing is great.
Yeah, thanks.
The restaurant, I think a restaurant has a name. It should say serve the meat of that animal. Anyone named or anytime you go for fast food, you're going to be eating a Scottish person. McDonald's. It's Craig Campbell has a big bit about Canadians are called moose fuckers in the UK. So yeah, it's and Moose Head, I guess you probably know, is a Canadian beer, right?
Yeah. That was where. Who's Craig Campbell? Is he?
Craig Campbell, he's done some American TV. He's Canadian, but he's huge. He's much more huge in the UK. You can catch this
is
stuff
the joke
on.
Too close, you think, or?
No, I don't think so. It's just he has a thing about the Brits call Canadians moose fuckers in a derogatory way, but think of that as a compliment, like to have that much confidence that you think you could fuck a moose. Like these things are larger than Clydesdale horses. Part of doing that is requires planning. I mean, you'd have to bring a ladder. Just yeah.
Well, let's see about that. Because that joke is kind of old.
No,
it's an old joke from him as well.
Well, no, I meant mine. Though.
Yeah,
I mean old for me, but I don't know what. Like, how old is it like super old? Super old or?
He wrote it after he went to the UK, and he went to the UK probably before 2003.
Ooh,
and he's been living there since then.
Sweet.
And I don't know if like any of his TV sets would have had it.
Yeah, well, I didn't steal it from him. So.
I mean, it's you're not word for word, so it's obvious that it's
safe with me.
Yeah, it's just parallel thought. I mean,
the joke was originally about being asked whether I would fuck a horse if it was really, really good. But then someone else had a joke about fucking a horse, so I switched it to a moose.
I know another comic who has a joke about the fact that you I don't know what the original joke was, but he said he had a joke about raping an elephant, and somebody got upset with him for doing a joke about rape. But he said, think about how absurd that is. It's not really about raping elephants, and no one would really rape an elephant. Besides, I think he mentions a ladder in there somewhere too, but he says if an elephant didn't want it, it could just sit down. If it noticed. and we have silence.
Sorry, I was picturing that elephant gift that's been going around about the constipated elephant, and you see him like pulling the constipation out of the elephant, and then it blows and soaks everybody in elephant shit.
Yeah, I just saw that. It was, I think, like Enzo Gracie posted it or something.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna haunt my dreams.
Yeah, I'm not gonna search for that video. Thanks though.
God, it came across my news feed, man. It was like, oh,
Yeah, it was Enzo Gracie.
yeah.
Any more feedback, you guys?
I like how you reverse the order of the Adolf Hitler joke compared to last time. I think it worked better in that order.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I like the order, the beat off Hitler joke. So like jacked off 6 million Jews. I preferred it how you told it this time. So you did that part first, and then his name was beat off Hitler.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Any more feedback, you guys? Okay. Well, thus concludes another thrilling episode of the workshop. Now is the time where if you have any social media or anything you'd like to plug, or if you'd like to go on an anti-Semitic rant, this is where you do it. Dan, you're up first. Do you have anything?
Well, see, I think the real problem with society is that the Jews control way too much of the media, and they need to be known. You can find me on Instagram at Daniel Grinnell Comedy. Another podcast about everything. I'll be releasing a new episode here in a few days, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, so you can just follow me on Instagram at Batmandura. I don't really do comedy stuff. I take nature pictures and stuff, so you can enjoy those as well.
Sweet. Last but not least, Paul.
Yeah, I just put the link up there that has all of my social media. It's a link tree, so you go there and you can hit the geek comedy, the sex comedy, the regular comedy, and yeah, or buy me a drink, because let's face it, I'm an irresponsible drunk.
Nice. All right. Thanks for sticking around if you're watching this.
Yeah.
All right. Thank all of you for being part of this.
Don't
Did
all
those
be
numbers
that
change
one.
at all through
Yeah.
the
Yeah, a lot of people watch it like after it's already
Yeah,
aired
no, I'm familiar.
also, but we had a few like viewers at some point. I blame Dan.
Always is, man. Right on.